So I'm going to talk about this reading, this spread that I have laid out here. A lot of you, for the past, I would say, like, since January, it feels to me like since January, there has been a lot of emphasis to create wealth, to create stability for yourself. And for some people, wealth and stability basically means, financial stability so that you can retire, so that you can enjoy your life. And so I feel like you have very solid plans. Like I see a lot of people putting money away in their savings. A lot of people are starting to invest. A lot of people are looking as well into property, like investment property, doing property management so that they can get some type of a residual income, like a second income stream. So you're working really, really hard to secure this nest egg for yourself. You're working really hard to do all of these things while you could potentially be neglecting other areas of your life without knowing. And a lot of you have like boundless energy. Like, you can wake up really early, not have to take nap in the day to feel like re-energized. And you can sleep really late, like burn the midnight oil. So you need like very, very little sleep. But if you keep working like this, you're going to wear your body out. You're going to wear out your mind. And I do sense a lot of you, like, they're saying like taking better care of your health overall. Mainly because I feel like there's so much momentum, there's so much ambition poured into getting money, stabilizing, your income sector so that you can just from the fact that you need that money because you want to have, to be able to explore, to be able to travel, to be able to have all of these other things that you slaved away to accumulate in wealth. You felt very deprived. Your ability to travel, your ability to, relax on a beach, for example. So just know that, these things don't have to happen one after the other. They can happen at the same time. So slowing down a little bit and, not being so hard on yourself, not scramble for all this because we can live very simply. So maybe, figuring out maybe there's a better way to do this because I feel like you're looking at things in a very singular lens. A, B, C, D has to happen so that I can feel good, so that I can feel on top of the world, so that I can feel successful and so that I can feel productive because productivity is something that you highly value. And so when you encounter blockages that really thwarts your effort in terms of creating that process, that chain A, B, C, and D, where things fall neatly into place so that you can advance to the next step. When things are being thwarted, you want to also figure out, what else can I do in the meantime? And I feel like one of the things that will be able to break you away from this is focusing. This is your essence here. It's a Wands energy and it's the Ace. So it basically talks about, aim for things that really inspire you, aim for things that bring out your creativity. And I feel like with Aries people, you're usually very athletic. So doing outdoor activity, getting involved in intramural sports or getting involved into, group associations as well, like linking up with other people, doing something that will allow you to give back to your community service, coaching, training. I'm seeing a lot of coaches, people coaching like children for intramural sports, or even reading to children. And you're doing this like out of the goodness of your heart because this is a card here of charity. So getting back to the root of these things, I feel like it's going to make you feel really happy and it's going to make you feel a lot more connected to other people. So rather than pushing so much, like so fast and so like full speed ahead to scramble for all these financial resources, I feel as well promoting and maintaining your social relationships. So don't step on people's toes. Don't move so fast that people feel like you're not emotionally available to forge those human connections with them. That's going to be really important for you. Okay. So I wish that you would slow down a little bit and focus on this. Okay. This is kind of like, helping other people. So especially if you're in a work environment that is very cutthroat, a lot of people forget, the social niceties. They forget social etiquette. And so I feel like, reinventing this This is, you know, helping other people, doing something out of the goodness of our hearts. And especially like charity, community service, and things like that, that would be really good for you. If you are looking for work in particular, you have a major, major job offer that's going to be in the picture for you. And I feel for some of you, the work sector, it feels to me as if you, especially for those of you with a desk job, or you're, you know, in a helping capacity, you want more out of life. You want more out of your work environment. You want to leave the office, leave this comfort and stability and the stagnation of the office, so that you can branch out and connect with other people. So I do see a lot of people wanting to do like project coordinators, community outreach, advocacy types of work. You want to also want to be in the public limelight, where you're giving seminars, you're teaching, or you are, you know, wanting this, okay? And so if this is kind of like a long held, you know, cherished dream of yours, and the work environment, it's always very mundane, and you feel like I need to do something new, you have a big job offer that's going to be on the horizon. You have a lot more control and sway over how you can manage your time, what projects you do, and which ones you don't need to do. So I feel like you have a lot more leeway as to how to create and customize that work environment, especially the new work environment, so that it is perfectly on par with your energy. Okay. So we have some really, really positive things going here. They're mentioning for some of you, if you are looking for work and you have some interviews lined up for this month, one thing that might be really, really good for you, especially if you are doing community service, have that on your resume. Okay. They're saying like a need to have to express or to highlight some type of community service that you're doing. And the community service doesn't mean like, oh, you know, I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart, but it basically denotes like you're going, you know, that extra step, you're going above and beyond to give back to the community when you didn't have to, and you're showing leadership capabilities on top of that. So I feel like downplaying, you know, the accomplishments, and rather emphasizing how great of a team player you are, emphasizing how willing you are to, you know, step up to the plate and help other people, and how much you're willing to share and share your best practices with other people. That's going to be the catalyst to allow you to have a lot of success, to have a lot of job offers coming through, to have a lot of requests for people, from people, for you to come in for job interviews. Okay. So that's really important. And I do feel, for others, new work situation is going to also bring about new housing situation. And I'm also seeing new housing situation. The Ace of Wands is like a new project, and there's a house in the back. So it's usually indicative of, you know, selling property, liquidating assets, liquidating, you know, your place of living, or changing up your place of living, or even doing some type of home improvement project as it relates heavily to your place of living. And I feel like if you feel frustrated, you can devote your time to that. It's really going to up your property value. And it's really going to allow you as well to build and accumulate a lot of wealth for yourself. Okay, so I feel like you have a property that is appreciating in value really, really quickly. So maybe if you're thinking about moving, especially if you're thinking about moving, shifting to a new house, it might be a good idea to not sell that property, but rather rent it out, or hire like a property manager to rent it out. And then you shift yourself into a new house while maintaining that revenue stream through renting it out. Okay, so I feel like that's going to be beneficial. For those of you who are dealing here with an air sign, and we have an air sign, an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, this is the energy of somebody who is, I feel like they're feeling a little bit down. They're doubting their competency, they're doubting their capabilities, and they need a little bit of a boost from you. And I feel like you're your energy is so directed, Aries. And I feel like once you have your mind set on something, you push forward, and you always get to achieve what you want. And I do sense a lot of it is, your energy is very directed. It's very clear. And then this person, they're mired in a lot of self-doubt. They're mired in a lot of like negative thinking. So sometime this month, you're going to encounter the energy of this person. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And I feel like this is a really, really smart person, but for some reason, they're feeling really frustrated. Like things are not going their way. And I feel like they're going to come to you with some pointers as to, I want this job. How do I get there? Or I want this job. Do you know anybody that you can introduce me to? Or they're going to talk heavily to you about work. They're going to talk heavily to you about, their financial situation, but also mainly their work, how they can achieve their work. Are they doing something wrong? Are there pointers that you can give them? Can you steer them in the right direction? And I feel like they're coming in a way where, emotionally they're very distraught, but they don't show it because the energy of an air sign person is they've got a lot of pride. So that's coming through. And I feel for some of you, this might be like a sibling. Others of you, this could be like somebody that you're traveling to see, or they are traveling to see you. So it could be a friend, a sibling. I'm not seeing so much significant other, but I feel like that could also be if you're married to them. But I feel like there's this energy here about you having a lot of success. They're coming to you because they're lacking in that and they need some pointers. And I feel like you're going to be able to help them. Okay. There's a lot of energy here about you helping other people to make things better for other people. And you're doing it mainly because you enjoy it, but I feel like you're going to reap a lot of benefits along the way in your ability to give your time, freely give your time to help other people so that you can empower them. If you're out there, not really sure about which direction to take, you might have had a few jobs under your belt and you're just like, it's not really right for me. So you're trying to figure out, what are my skills? What are my skills? What can make me really happy? Where can I apply my skills so that I can help other people? Or where is the most productive avenue for me to utilize my skills? And I feel this element here about community outreach, a career center representative, for example, so you can help other people find jobs. You can review their resumes and their job applications, cover letters and things like that, and give them pointers. Or even working in a capacity where you're reaching out to a lot of members of the community to get projects going, to get funding for a specific organization. That's where it's a really good way for you to channel your energy to get things done for other people. And I feel like that energy is going to carry in for you to get a lot of things done, a lot of success and a lot of wealth overall for yourself. Okay. So the last card that I want to end this with here, we do have the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords is needing a break, needing some rest, not pushing your physical body beyond its limitations. So I do sense that you want to slow down a little bit so that you're not wearing yourself down. And especially, I know that some of you like to have things a specific way. And you want it done in a specific manner. You want it done a specific way. You want it done in a specific set time. And people around you, they might not be fast enough for you. They might not do things the exact way that you want. And so I would urge you, delegate. Okay, a good leader needs to delegate. A good leader needs to understand, I guess the good and bad qualities in each of his or her subordinate so that they can delegate and get things done without having to oversee and micromanage everything. And if you are able to relinquish a little bit of control in that regards, especially in the work front, you're going to get so much things done and you're not going to be scattering your energy and you're not feeling worn out and sick as a result. So be careful about that, okay? There's heavy work energy. It's going to be coming through for you. There's going to be a lot of success. I feel like possibly in 4 months time. So we're in July right now. And, I feel like the November time frame, in 4 months time, things are going to push through and there's going to be a lot of momentum left. And, it's just going to alleviate a lot of these things for you. Okay. But don't wear yourself out. Whenever we encounter blockages, it's telling us, the universe telling us to stop a little bit examine what we're doing and examine what we're trying to do, because I feel like there might be a disconnect there. It's not coming in as, something internally from you, but there might be a better way, a faster way, a more productive way to do things, okay? So I'm going to go into your love reading here, Aries. Give me just a moment. And I'm also feeling as well, we have some clandestine relationships happening. And we have here the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords is a situation that is a little bit kind of like under the radar. You might be sneaking around to see each other for whatever reason. Maybe your parents don't approve, or maybe your partners don't know about it. But I do feel this element here about feeling a little bit stuck and feeling like you have some restrictions upon you when you want to see a specific person, okay? I'm also sensing that this situation is going to alleviate this month. And there's a lot of travel between you and a significant others that's coming in the works as well. So, for example, if you're taking a vacation, right, with your significant other or whoever it is that you're dating, you might need to tell some white lies to your company, telling them like, oh, I'm sick. Or, like, oh, I'm not feeling well this Monday. Can I take Monday off? And it's like you're traveling. So I do see some sneaky behaviors here. I'm just going to leave that alone. Okay. But let me talk about the past, because I feel like this is something that I saw for you guys 2 months ago. So that was back in May. I have here the Ten of Cups, and I have here the Ace of Wands. First of all, because this is showing up in the past, I feel like you were dealing with somebody that brings you this. The Ten of Cups basically means two people who are almost like kindred spirits. They fulfill each other emotionally. And it's a really nurturing, stable, emotionally rewarding type of relationship. You might be, different elements, but there's some, astrologically, there's some type of overlay. So it could be like, if you're an Aries, and they might have an Aries moon. Might have their Venus and their Mars in Aries. So there's a lot of chemistry. There's a lot of attraction. There's a lot of like this great sense of the relationship built on compatibility, and the relationship being built on friendship and camaraderie. So together, the two of you work really well as a unit. What we have as well here is the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands basically means that not only do you like each other and get along, but you have really strong attraction for one another. So this person, I feel like some of you are with this person right now. And there's an element here about, taking a lot of trips together, heavily traveling together with this person. But there is some lingering trust issues that needs to be resolved. It doesn't feel at all like it's bad, because I feel like you're going to be sailing away from these clandestine, relationships, but also sailing away from issues, problems, trust issues, especially associated with this person. So it looks very good, okay? Moving forward into the present environment, I'm sensing that there is a huge pregnancy vibe, okay? Very, very big. And so if you're expecting, congratulations. If you're not, take care of yourself accordingly so you don't end up with unwanted, pregnancy. This goes for males and females as well, okay? It takes two. But I feel like especially for women, the Two of Cups basically means that, you've met somebody like a soulmate. You've met somebody that you feel really safe, and you want to take the relationship to the next level. You might be engaged, wanting to get married, and then the pregnancy happens before the marriage ceremony. There's nothing wrong with that, but I would urge you to be careful. Just, plan it out thoroughly. I'm also feeling as if there is a major conversation. Some of you singles going on dates, right? And you're just like, this is what I want. I want to have a family. I want to have a kids within, let's say 2 years. Okay. And, your partner they're telling you, they might be telling you what you want to hear. Yes, I want to have children too. Or yes, I want to have a family. Yes, I want to settle down, get married within 2 years. And you are highly intuitive though, Aries. Their actions need to match up with their words. Otherwise you're going to leave them in the dust. Okay. So I feel like the time for you to kind of like wait around for other people is not really happening anymore. You're taking charge and you're taking ownership. And if somebody is just like telling you what you want to hear rather than telling you their true intentions, it's going to become very clear to you because your power of perception is really strong here with this Empress card. And so singles dating, put your intentions out there. And if the other person is still, like behaving in an irresponsible manner as if they don't really want a child or if they don't want a relationship in their life, you're going to need to leave them behind, okay? So big pregnancy vibe, big vibes about setting boundaries and not budging from what you want, okay? So this is really good to allow you to attract like-minded people. And also we have opportunities here for you, excuse me, with this Two of Cups. This is a really good relationship. It can bring you total emotional fulfillment. And I'd also feel for some of you, this is coming in, they mentioned, in a very unexpected way. It's somebody that you might have known, or they're kind of like in your periphery. And now you're seeing them in a new light and you're seeing how compatible you both are. You're getting to know them a little bit more and everything just clicks in a really, I want to say like synchronistic manner. It's like you were blinded to it before. And now that, you're taking the time to get to know them, you might realize you have the same ideals, you have the same goals. And so this is a really big compatibility card. Okay. So I feel a lot of proposals happening for you guys this month. Especially as well, engagement rings here. We have here coming into the future position, the Ace of Coins. And this is basically as it relates to 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups. This is engagement. And I also have here the Devil. And the Devil is basically having somebody in your environment that you are very, very, very attracted to. Very attracted to. And the relationship, the Devil doesn't have to be bad, but I feel like there might be an earth sign in your environment. So I have here Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and I also have a water sign. So this is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I'm seeing a really strong Taurus vibe for many of you, Taurus. And I'm also seeing a very, very strong, let me see here. I'm seeing a very, very strong, like, it's a water sign. So I feel like it could be a Piscean vibe, okay? Crowning this reading is something that you're thinking about. We have here the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is kind of like, this is a card about revelation, truths being revealed, information coming into the picture. Our eyes are suddenly open. And it's linked up here with the Magician. So let me talk about this card. This is kind of like waking up from your slumber, right? You might have been single for some time and you're out and about and all of a sudden you're just like people before that you didn't have any interest for whatever reason, they seem to you extra attractive. And then likewise, you've taken a break from dating and now you're out and about and you're newly single. And you're attracting people left and right. You're making really good conversations. And it feels to me like the people coming in, they're very dynamic people. It's like they're well traveled, they're very accomplished financially. So they have a lot of information. So the communication exchange between you, it looks really, really strong, okay? So I feel like singles, you have some really good opportunities to meet other people. One last thing that I want to mention, and because it is showing up here across 3 cards, I want to bring it up, okay? First of all, it feels to me as if some of you might be in a clandestine relationship. And we have some revelation here, and we have a person that is quite manipulative, distorting the truth, dishonest, and unfaithful. Okay, so you might be dating them and you might realize that they are already engaged or in a relationship or already married. And you're still very attracted to this person. So it's really hard for you to move on and let this person go. Be careful about karma, okay? Especially if new information came into the picture. Don't pretend that you don't have the information. Don't pretend that things can go or continue the way that they have, because new information basically requires us to change our course of action because we're headed down the wrong path. Okay, so especially for those people in the clandestine relationships, please be careful. Okay,